Very first game with referees was the night his dad passed away. So that would have been his very first organized game. Gave him a kiss goodbye, said I'll be back in time for your game.
Wasn't.
And he wasn't. We pulled in the driveway and there was a sheriff's cruiser sitting in the driveway. And I got out of the car and the deputy got out of the car and he's like, so Dave's been in an accident.
Hockey's been the way for me to feel as if I've, stayed with him, and it's my relief that, he's still there.
As a police officer, I'd made more than I can count death notifications, and they're the hardest thing to ever have to do to anybody, to give that news to anybody. And I realized I had to make one to a 7-year-old, and not just any 7-year-old, my 7-year-old.
When I was 7, I had to grow up, I didn't have the childhood that he has, He's 9 years old, he still plays with action figures, and, he's a kid, and I respect that, At that age, I was focused, I was determined, I had to take a step up, and, reality hit you pretty quick. So, you lose kind of that child sense because you don't have him, but, it's hard that he has never met my dad.
I explained to Jeremy, Daddy died and he won't be coming home. He had a heart attack, his heart stopped, and I'm sure I didn't use those. He probably remembers the words verbatim that I said to him that day. And he just looked at me, and it's okay to cry, and he did. He absolutely did. My biggest regret is he never saw me cry, because I did cry. He just didn't. I didn't let him see it because I felt that I needed to be strong for him.
She told me, she said, he's just not coming back. Basically, there's no way to sugarcoat it. But she just walked in and she said, Dad had an accident and he won't be coming home. And I asked, I said, so he died? She said, yeah. And I said, okay. I started crying and I looked at her and I said, how come you're not crying? And she just said, I can't. Just, that's how it was.
It was just really hard.
I remember we used to come home, we'd play knee hockey for a little bit or something, but I'd come home that next day and I'd run upstairs. In our old house, we used to have a basement, but then like a little platform before the next stairwell, kinda, and there was like a little closet, and I remember yelling, hey Dad, guess what I did today? And it hit me as soon as I hit that step, and I was like, oh wait.
As long as he's shooting pucks, I don't worry, because that's what he does. I need to be on the ice. Okay. I've never said no, not once have I ever said no. Can I go skate? Can I go to public skate? Can I go do shinny with Cole? Can I, yep. How much do you need? Yep. And I always manage to find a way. Here's $20, go skate, do what you need to do. And he comes back in a totally different frame of mind. And I wouldn't trade it for the world.
I'll always have writing on my stick. I'll always have something that keeps me in touch with him. And just playing the game of hockey keeps me in touch with him.
I'm just super proud of him. To win back-to-back. I know it wasn't just him. It was a whole team. And he'll be the first to tell you it was a whole team. And not one interview have I ever heard him say, I. That is a humble young man. I don't know that I taught him that, but his father was a very humble man. And I'm sure he's very proud of him. I wish he could be here to see it. I really do. I know he sees it, but I wish he could be here to celebrate it with him.